Hey everybody, nice to see you today. This is Jonathan Smalls, and this is I call it attraction. So what we have today on the blog radio is we got a question from a lady on Facebook. She's going through it with her um, boyfriend. She says, "How do you deal with a boyfriend who behaves like a female? An example, he isn't gay, but it's like I'm supposed to be the leader, apparently, of the relationship. And he's the female who holds grudges, barely talks when they are angry, gives subtle insults when angry, and wants you to run behind them so they can feel better or to open up. Also, wants me to always tell him sweet words just as a female who loves compliments. I'm not used to it. It makes us fight a lot. Feel like I'm fighting with a female, to be honest. Has anyone ever dealt with this?" Okay, so she's looking for advice. Now, her quarrel with him is she says that he seems so much like a female. Now, when you think about when you hear that phrase, when you hear that word, what comes to mind? What kind of guy, you know, y'all in a relationship and he acts like a female and he doesn't take the lead, and it's like you're leading, and it's like he doesn't know how to be a man, and it's like you're taking control of things as a man would, a man who is, obviously dominant, obviously the leader of the relationship or the household. It's like you're taking on his position and he's taking on the position of the woman. And so what we call this in the red pill community is role reversal. So this is a role reversal. It's classic. And that basically just means that this man is acting so feminine, as she tells it, that it's causing her to move into her masculine. Now, what does that mean? For a woman to move into, women are naturally feminine. That's just how God created them. You don't like it? Take it up with the man upstairs. This is his doing. Okay, so women are naturally feminine. That's how God created them, and it's just according to nature. Men are naturally masculine, or supposed to be. Nowadays, there's so much pre-programming and bio geo-engineered kind of men that they got going on nowadays. That's like we just all over the place. But the original man, we were naturally dominant, naturally masculine, and that was just the way that God created us. And so now what happens is when a man steps out of that role, and by the way, that role is a role where he takes leadership. That role is a role. He's a provider. He's a protector. He's the leader. He's gonna guide you. And when a man steps out of that role and he doesn't hold to those duties of leading and guiding and taking charge, taking initiative, being direct, exerting confidence, security. When he steps out of the role of doing that and he steps into the role of being feminine and being like super sensitive and emotional and acting like a female, that's essentially what role reversal is, and that's what's going on. So when this happens, this causes the woman to transfer her feminine energy, and it turns into masculine energy because she's left with the short end of the stick. She has to step up in the place of the man and take the man role and take leadership because he's not doing it. Now in every relationship, someone has to do it. There's always someone who has to take charge, take leadership. It's supposed to be the man, but if the man isn't up for the challenge, someone has to be. And usually the woman end up bearing the brunt of the burden, and she ends up doing it. And when that happens, it causes her to, kind of be, more tough, more masculine, more, that means she's stepping into her masculine. And it's not a permanent thing. It's just in the dynamic of the relationship in that household. Now, when she go to work, there may be, her boss may be a guy and he knows how to wear the pants at work and he's not giving up his position, and allowing her to step up and take his place and take the lead. He knows what he's doing as a man. So it may be a different occasion while she's at work, but when she goes home, this is what she has to look forward to. She has to be the man. She has to step in the man's shoes and do normally what the man would do. And to women, that's a turnoff. That turns them off when they have to do that, because it's like, well, don't you know how to be a man? Like you supposed to know this. The guy asking you questions, you like, huh? Like, aren't you the guy? Aren't you the man? Don't shouldn't you know this? This is, you are a man, right? Are you? And then the woman, she get the questioning him, and but it's something I can't really pinpoint to you one specific thing that's like, this is the reason why men are like this, because it'll take all day. It's not just one thing. There's tons of reasons why men become that way. I guess if I was to pinpoint maybe some of the more major factors in it, such as programming. We've been programmed through TV, through the Hollywood movies, to be this big, super sappy, sensitive guy, all mushy and all like over pursuing the girl and head over heels in love with her. And we just met her last week, and this kind of behavior comes off as desperate and needy and stalkerish. And women, that turns them off. But in the movies, the guy will sit there and freaking chase her all day and night up and down the road, and then eventually she'll give in and just, oh, we're going to be together now. And the movies make you believe that this crap actually works. You get in the real world and you do this, and the girls is laughing at you. They making fun of you, or they calling the police on you, thinking that you're stalking them. And it's just, they blocking you, and it's a mess. So it don't really happen like that in real life, but you got the pre-programming from the Hollywood movies, the fairy tale Disney movies, teaching you that this is what it's like to be a man. This is how you do in a relationship, when it's the complete opposite. So you got that going on. And then you got all the backlash from these feminists, who say toxic masculinity and, oh, man should be more emotional. They should show their feminine side. And this is women who want to control man. Women who take pride and joy in looking and being like a man so they can control the relationship and walk all over him and just treat him like a doormat. And that's, to me, is idiotic, but this is what's going on today. So, but there's many different reasons, but yeah, so I mean, I agree with her. If he's acting like a female, is going to cause her to step into her masculine, and she's going to have to take the lead, take control. And women don't want to do that. They want the man to wear the pants. They want the man to be a man, and they don't want to have to teach him how to be a man. They don't want to have to be the man for them. They just want them to already come equipped and already know how to do it. And so the fact that he doesn't is up to her. The ball is in her court. Do you want to continue being the man and, taking charge, taking the lead, and you know what I'm saying? Or do you want to get out of that toxic, unhealthy kind of dynamic of a relationship and actually get with someone who wants to be, the natural God-given being who he created them to be? A dominant masculine man, who knows how to take charge. He's direct, he's assertive, he knows what he's doing. He doesn't need you to go down a checklist and ask him 1,000 questions if he could do this or that. He just knows to do it. It's embedded in him. It's innate in him. He already knows to do it. And so if you want that kind of man, then that's, make yourself available and, keep the positive energy that you have. Make yourself available. Love yourself unconditionally. Make yourself a priority, and just continue being happy, enjoying life, living your purpose, living on your mission, doing the things that make you happy and satisfied, and also being available and you will attract that kind of person, because the energy you give off, it will attract that. The energy you give off is what you attract. I often say, what you project is what you get. So, you projecting all this jealousy and envy and strife, and that's what you're going to get. You're going to get all those things back. You project insecurity and, all this kind of stuff. You're going to get someone who's really insecure about themselves, someone who is, low self-esteem and not confident, unsure of themselves. That's what you're going to get when you project those things. It's almost like, how they say, speaking something into existence, or, what you think comes true, and I believe that, as the Bible said best, as a man thinketh, so is he. And that just goes to show that positive or negative thoughts play a big role in your life. You think positive thoughts, constantly on a consistent basis, positive things happen in your life. They manifest. You continue on a consistent basis thinking negative, pessimistic thoughts. That's what comes to your life. Negative things. That's all you think about, and that's what's manifesting, And so it's nature, it's life. This is how I go. But that's my suggestion. Make yourself open, and you will start to draw that kind of person. But that's based off of you being secure with yourself, you being confident, you being open and available, and all those things. It's based off of that. But otherwise, I mean, I would say let them go. I wouldn't know why you would want to take care of a man boy, and I wouldn't know why anyone would want to do that. But you have some women who are desperate, and they will just kind of go for anything. Not saying that that's what she's like. I'm just putting that out there. But you would think that she would want to get out of that and run for the hills, But so that's my suggestion. Otherwise, if not, I mean, she will be forced to become the man, and maybe later on she will just be like this man hating feminist. We got enough of those. I don't think we need any more. But that's my advice for the day on Blog Radio.